Hey friends, it's Melissa here with Team Snuggle Bugz, and I am here today with the ultimate parenting hack, the Baby Brezza Bottle Washer Pro. If you've heard about it, you know that anyone who has one of these is a major stand. So let's dive into this unit. I'm going to show you all about the features, how it works, and we're going to do a whole cleaning cycle on some dirty, stinky bottles that I've rustled up. Okay, let's get into it. So I am a mama of two littles, and cleaning bottles, cleaning breast pump parts, and cleaning sippy cups is definitely the bane of my existence. I love that the Baby Bottle Washer Pro, it does not just do one thing in cleaning bottles. It can clean your pump parts, it can clean your sippy cups, so it really can grow with your children in those first few years. Or if you've got children of different ages, you can throw everybody's stuff in there. So I'm going to walk you through this unit kind of from top to bottom. So this is our kind of outer shell for where your bottles actually go. Inside, you can see that we have a rack that holds up to 4 bottles at a time. And you've got your top rack that holds all of the accessories. So lids, nipples, any little pieces for your pump parts. If you have a bottle with a vent, like a Dr. Brown's bottle or something, you also have compartments on the bottom here to stick those, which is really great. The nice thing about this unit is that it is compatible with pretty much any bottle. So you'll see when we show you in a minute, we've got some rank bottles that have just been, we left milk in the sun to get them as dirty as possible. 4 different types. So you can see how this unit would clean all different types of bottles. Now we have 20 power jets built into this unit to really make sure that it's getting at all of the kind of nooks and crannies of your bottles and parts. At the front here, we've got a little pod where your dishwasher detergent pods are gonna go. There are specialized pods that actually come with the unit. So you get, I think, 60 tablets to start you off, and then you're just gonna wanna replenish these. They're nice and tiny and easy to use. Inside the unit as well, so you've got your top rack. Right now, I do have it set on the higher settings for bigger bottles. That's, for more your 9 ounce. But if you're in that newborn stage and you're just using little shorty bottles still, they do include this portion, which gives you a bit more, which you would use for like a 4 or 5 ounce bottle, and gives you a bit more room at the top if you want that for your pump parts and stuff like that. So you can just make that adjustment according to what size of bottle and how you're using the unit. Okay, let's put our lid back on. It just pops nicely into the frame like so. And then the unit is on wheels, which is very nice because obviously I've got it on my main counter here to show you today. But where I would really be using it is on that back counter and kind of pulling it out to load it, tucking it back in so that it takes up less counter space overall. I like that they've made it so easy to move around. Now at the back here, we've got our clean water tank. So you just remove it with the handle here. I've got it filled and ready to go. But it's super easy to fill up. You just open up this little lid, fill up the water tank. There's a fill line here on the side for you to know that it's full. It will go through that full water tank each cycle. So if you don't have your water tank filled properly, you'll get a notification as soon as you try to turn on the machine that the clean water tank needs to be filled. At the bottom, we also have our dirty water tank. So this is where any used water from a previous cleaning will go into. You'll also need to make sure that you empty this with each use. And if you haven't emptied it yet and you go to turn on the unit, you'll get a warning saying you need to empty the dirty water tank first. So I like that they've made that easy for you. Popping this back in. Oh, another thing to mention is if you've just completed running the unit and you're taking your bottles out, you're tidying up, know that this water in here might be a bit hot. So you might want to give yourself a few minutes or just handle with care. If you have hard water or well water in your house, you may want to use this unit with distilled water. It's not mandatory, but it will definitely help to ensure that your unit gets a little bit less buildup if that's something that you've experienced with your other water fixtures around your house. So another great thing about this unit is that it is going to kill 99.9% of germs. So that seems pretty efficient to me. It also uses half of the water that a typical hand washing cycle would do. So if you're normally in the sink washing those bottles, you do ultimately use less water with this unit. So another tick in the efficiency column. When you're using this unit, there are 6 different modes you can use it in. I need to channel my brain, make sure I get them all. So you can wash, sterilize, and dry. You can wash dry. You can sterilize and dry. You can wash only, sterilize only, or dry only. Can I get a ding, ding, ding? Because I practiced that a bunch of times to make sure I got it right for you. All right, let's take a look at the actual control panel for how this would work. So when you're ready to power up your unit, you're gonna hold the power button for 3 seconds to turn it on. And then at the front here is where you've got all of your cycles. So your longest cycle is going to be that wash, sterilize, and dry cycle. That takes 88 minutes to complete. One of the things that I really love about this unit is if you've already started and you need to pause it to add more things or to potentially take something out, you can pause the cycle. If you pause it you can pause it I think for up to 20 minutes. And if you don't turn it back on within that 20 minutes, then it will just turn off. But I love the ability to pause because I'm definitely that person who starts the dishwasher and realizes I need something from it. So I open it 5 minutes later. This is that in this machine. Okay, so we've got our power on. You can see that we've got all of our different cycles. So here is our longest cycle that I mentioned earlier, where we've got wash, sterilize, and dry. So with your wash symbol, it's kind of 3 lines that go up to show you that the water is spraying. Sterilize is where you've got your wavy line showing you that the air is sterilizing, and then dry is kind of a fan symbol. So you press this to get to your different modes. So right now we're on wash, sterilize, and dry. Now we're on wash only. Now we're on wash and dry. And here we are back on wash, sterilize, and dry. If you want to get into your sterilize only or dry only cycles, you're going to click this button on the other side. So here we're in sterilize and dry, dry only, and sterilize only. Then when you're ready to rock and roll, you've got everything set up, you're gonna just press that power button. So I'm gonna bring in my bottles. They've been made intentionally custom for your viewing pleasure. And we're gonna actually turn this on and get it running. Okay, I've brought in my bottles. I warned you that we made them as gross as possible to really test out the capabilities of this unit. I do want to add though, one of the other things that I love about this is that you don't need a water hookup in order to make it work. You really just need to bring your clean water tank over to a tap. But if it's, if you want to have this even in baby's room or something, like you can move this about your house, which is very convenient. All right, I'm gonna open her up and we'll start loading in our goodies. So first I'm actually gonna add in one of my dishwasher detergent tabs. They're just little, so make sure you keep them out of curious little baby reaches. Now I'm going to load in my bottles. So I mentioned that I had intentionally picked some different bottles. I've got a Medela Kama bottle. I've got a Bugz glass bottle. I've got a Dr. Brown's bottle. It's one of the ones with this flow vent. They do recommend, so this flow vent it goes right in this compartment here. This flange unit, they do recommend cleaning by hand or at least rinsing before you get it in the unit. Bottle in, this is also a glass bottle. And then I've also got a Komotomo bottle. This one has a bit of a wider neck. It is a silicone bottle. You kind of just load everything up on top here. You can, if you've got extra room at the top, you can put your lids in if you want, totally up to you. Then we're going to put our lid on top, making sure that we are all tucked in. I've already got my clean water tank filled up, so that's ready to go. And now I am just going to power this guy on in my wash, dry, wash, sterilize, and dry cycle. Turn it on. You can hear that baby humming. And if there are any issues, like I was saying earlier, with warnings with the water tank, you forgot to fill it or you forgot to empty out the dirty water, you will get all those warnings on this little screen. Everything has a meaning. So super easy peasy to use. Now you just slide this back onto the counter and go about your day. 88 minutes later, you've got clean bottles, my friend. Okay, so our cycle just finished, and I mean, feels a little warm. Yeah, it feels warm back here. So you might want to give that a couple minutes before you empty, but here is our dirty water tank. I mean, it's pretty surprising, but it really does use all of that water and the pressure of those jets, very impressive. So I'm just gonna empty this out into the sink. But now we got to get into the real reveal, which is how clean are my dirty bottles? So take off the lid. It's looking very clean and very dry. So we've got Dr. Brown's, perfect. No water residue even. Komotomo, perfect. No smell. Bibs, perfect. No smell. Medela, wow, wow. I think I need to keep this for baby number 3. I'm not giving this back to Snuggle Bugz. Okay, so everything is perfectly clean, perfectly dry. I don't even see a single water droplet in here, which I have to say I'm very impressed. Even the bottle nipples, they look nice and fresh, ready to go. Okay, this is the ultimate parenting hack. It's not the first time I've said it, and I'm just gonna shout it from the rooftops now. So, Baby Brezza Bottle Washer Pro, take everything out, get all your stuffs done. I didn't have to wash a single dish. Now, at Snuggle Bugz, our goal is to instill confidence in families navigating the early stages of parenthood. And a big way that we do that is through education of strollers, car seats, baby gear, but also we love it when a brand like Baby Brezza makes our lives easier. So be sure to check out this unit, shop it at Snuggle Bugz on our website at snugglebugz.ca or in one of our Snuggle Bugz locations. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. This is, it's just gorgeous. And of course, I'm showing it to you on my main counter here so that you can get the best angle, but in reality, we all know I'd have it tucked back under the cupboard there so that it's not taking up too much floor space in my kitchen. So, I mean, for everybody who's watched this video, especially if you've watched up to this point, I can tell you're sold. So enjoy your new Baby Brezza Bottle Washer Pro, and we'll catch you on the next one.